Brad here, and here's my presentation for Grapes of Wrath. So, from reading Grapes of Wrath, I've noticed the Okies don't give up. They've had to go through the whole journey from traveling across the United States, from Oklahoma to California. That's no easy trip. And so, I've decided Steinbeck has to be saying something. What I think that is people always find a way to survive. We adapt, and we won't die out. Plain and simple like that. We get used to what's going around us. And I've seen actually quite a few quotes in the book and to back me up on my idea. The first quote I have is, "And the little screaming fact that sounds through all history, repression works only to strengthen and knit the repressed." What this means is the more you put someone down, the more and more fed up they'll get until one day something will happen. People naturally stick together and help each other. When the Okies arrive in California, almost every local treats them like some animal, except they aren't even people. The Okies came together from repression, had strikes, and fought for a normal life. How can you frighten a man whose hunger is not only in his own cramped stomach, but in the wretched bellies of his children? You can't scare him. He has known a fear beyond every other. You can't scare a hungry man with beatings or death, because he already knows he'll die if he doesn't eat. If he dies, then who would feed his starving family? Man fights for what he needs and fights against that fear of failing not only himself, but those who depend on him. Muscles aching to work, minds aching to create. This is man. Such as those who work on the railroad tracks and those who plan where the tracks lead. The muscle works and the brain thinks. Just the same, are roads that reach across the country. Man continues to thrive, we improve and make greater, easier lives. Man, unlike any other thing, organic or inorganic in the universe, grows beyond his work, walks up the stairs of his concepts, and emerges ahead of his accomplishments. An idea of people moving on for the better of it. Think of the advancement we've made in 100 years, starting from the first airplane by the Wright brothers, the first car by Ford, and the first computer. Now we have spaceships capable of traveling from planet to planet, cars that can go over 150 miles an hour, and phones just as powerful as computers. We started from nothing, and we made everything. This is a big one. Man, he lives in jerks. Baby born and a man dies, and that's a jerk. Gets a farm and loses his farm, and that's a jerk. Woman, it's all one flow, like a stream, little eddies, little waterfalls, but the river, it goes right on. Woman looks at it like that. We ain't gonna die out. People is going on, changing a little, maybe, but going right on. Man goes through life losing and gaining things, while women go on with living, like the river. People go right on. They do what they need or change whatever they need to live. The Jodes are a prime example of this, as they lived year after year on the same farm, where things hardly changed. When they had to, they went on the move. They became migrant. The highway had become their new home. Why, Tom, us people will go on living when all them people is gone. Why, Tom, we're the people that live. They ain't gonna wipe us out. Why, we're the people. We go on. The Okies can't be killed off because they have the will to live. With a strong will, no one can break your spirit, and no one can stop you. When the greed-filled rich people die, the poverty-stricken will continue on and do whatever they need to do to survive in this world. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. It's always better to be with someone and help each other. If you're alone and need help, who would be there to help? We work together in a cycle. When one falls down, the other picks him up. Steinbeck was meaning to say that this is the best way to live out life, the best way to work, in a way that everyone can help each other out. Fear the time when the bombs stop falling while the bombers live, for every bomb is proof that the spirit has not died. And fear the time when the strikes stop while the great owners live, for every little beaten strike is proof that the step is being taken. A step towards equality is taken with every strike. If the people sit down and take punishment, then there's no hope and things will never change. A bomb is used in the same way, our fighting spirit. If we don't fight back against those who do us harm, then nothing will change and people will suffer. Fear the time when people give up, because that's when the suffering will begin. If you're in trouble, or hurt, or need, go to poor people. They're the only ones that'll help. The only ones. Poor people know what it's like to be thirsty and hungry. They understand what it's like to be between a rock and a hard place. It's natural for them to help out, compared to the wealthy who don't understand and don't help those in need. They think only of what they have. Well, when you have nothing, you think of others. And that's a situation that every Okie in California is in. They all need to help each other out, and that's what they do.